Today's video is not on knives, though it could be, of course. But the trick is that there are other tools that you can use. One of them is a good, honest, single-shot 22 caliber rifle. You can't ask for a much more honest or just a friend that you can't hardly beat. I've had this one for a long time, and this is my wife's rifle, but she paid $50 for it back in the 1970s, if that tells you anything. We've killed coyotes, we've killed rattlesnakes, and we've killed more prairie dogs than you can count. Probably out to about 150 yards, so I bet some of you could outshoot me real easy. But with iron sights, that's still pretty good shooting. I know that a lot of people don't consider a single-shot 22 much of a self-defense weapon, but rest assured, 99.9% of the time, it's all you'll ever need. Now, for those that do make fun of it, I would like to remind you that in the beginning of World War II, the Germans were invading France, and they came up to a military school, academy, and there were 300 young men in that school, and they wouldn't surrender. And the Germans fought them for 3 weeks, and not until the Germans brought up tanks and leveled the place and killed all 300, until that, it wasn't over. Now, how did they hold out for 3 weeks against the cream of the crop of the German army? They did it with single-shot 22 caliber rifles. There's a lot of different varieties that you can do with a 22 caliber rifle. You know, they have a bird shot that is just great for snakes. We've used it a number of times throughout the years. You can also use just a regular CB cap, which is about half of a 22 caliber rifle, which works extremely well. And this is something that you ought to consider. Plus the regular 22 long rifles, we've been shooting them. I bet there's 10,000 have been fired through this gun, and it still shoots awfully accurate. And out to about 250 yards, it could hit a man-sized object real easy. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect long range. They say that a 22 caliber rifle is dangerous out to about a mile. Of course, that's a joke. The best I've ever done in my own testing is about 800 yards, and it was bouncing off the plywood targets that we had out there. At 800 yards, it was bouncing off plywood, so there wasn't any energy left. So it sure isn't going to go a mile. But within its limits, it's an honest gun that I think everybody that legally can should own one. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. I hope you rate this film, and I hope that we have a good and safe future for all of the world.